And we are on air.
Hi guys, my name is Brianna and today we're going to be having a chat about Stranger Things Season 3, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so first of all, I want to start off by saying that I loved Season 3 so much. I can't decide if I liked Season 1 or Season 3 better, but I definitely liked both seasons better than Season 2. And before I go any further, let me just say this video will include spoilers, so if you haven't seen all 3 seasons, go watch them and then come back to this video. So, big reason why I liked Season 1 and 3 way more than Season 2 is because I feel like Season 2, so much of it was pointless. They could have made it so it was not pointless, but it was pretty much pointless to the whole story. Let me explain. In Season 3, they're going on and on and on about how the Mind Flayer is going after Eleven because she's the only one that can close the gate and this and that because of her powers. But so much of Season 2 was about how there's other kids who have powers. So Eleven very clearly is not the only one who could close the gate. But yet, it's like for all of Season 3, it's like those other kids don't exist. The Rainbow Room is mentioned in Season 3, but it's like all the other kids from the Rainbow Room are like gone, non-existent. And it's so frustrating because that was such a huge plot point in Season 2, and now it's like it doesn't even matter. But I do think that just because they left out all that stuff doesn't mean the current storyline is not good, because I love it so much. All I'm saying is they could have done more to incorporate Season 2, because right now Season 2 kind of feels pointless. And not the whole thing, don't get me wrong. I also still did love Season 2. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying these are the reasons why I like the other seasons better. But I just think they could have done more to incorporate Season 2, or to leave out those things from Season 2 and put in other things, considering they weren't going to include it later on. Okay. Also, just while I'm on the train of saying the bad things about it, I'm going to keep going and say everything I liked about it later. I did love it, don't get me wrong, I just want to share my opinions. Okay, so Jonathan and Nancy, their whole fighting shtick and whatever in the beginning, I didn't see any point to that whatsoever. Literally, them fighting added nothing to the storyline. Generally, I like the little storylines that are not the main scary, spooky, science-y, thriller monster storylines. I like those other storylines. But Jonathan and Nancy fighting was just like filler. It wasn't like a good secondary storyline. It was just bogus. So that just like made me so upset. Okay, and now this. This next thing that I'm gonna say is pretty controversial, I think. But don't get me wrong, I love this character. I just wish they would do more with him, and that's why I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Lucas's character also seems a little pointless to me. Okay? He is a great character, and he could be doing so much more. But if you really think about it, he hasn't done anything important to add onto the storyline. He hasn't done anything to help catch any of the monsters through any of the seasons, where it's the Mind Flayer, the Demodogs, anything. He hasn't helped that much. He has just been like their extra friend. And that's kind of frustrating. And now he's just kind of like Max's boyfriend, on and off. He doesn't really have a purpose. He's just a secondary character that's tucked in with all the main characters. And I wish they would do more with him. He could be such a great character because the character itself is a great character. He's just not doing much in the storyline to add to his character. I hope that makes sense, because I'm not saying I don't like his character. I'm just saying the way they are using his character is making him feel pointless. And it's incredibly frustrating because his character could be so good. Now, this is neither good nor bad, so I guess this is my transitionary thing. These are just my thoughts and some things that are happening right now and what I think might be the outcomes. I guess like my theories, you would say. Okay, so let's start with Hopper. Okay, I'm gonna talk about Hopper's death scene later on, but right now, this is my theory, and I've heard this theory as well. It's not my original theory. This is just what I think is gonna happen. So, after the credits, the post-credits scene, there's an American in the cell in Soviet Russia. I think 100% the American is Hopper. I just can't wrap my head around how that's possible. Because all of the guards, even slightly nearby the gate, died when Joyce turned the keys. So how could Hopper have gotten to safety anywhere? I can't figure that part out. But I do think that he's alive, and I do think that he is the one in the American and Soviet. I think this mostly because I feel like Stranger Things is the type of show that wouldn't actually kill off a main character. Like, think about it. Will died. It was just a fake body that they pulled out of the river. 11 died, but she was just in the Upside Down. Like, they keep killing main characters, but I don't think that they would ever actually kill a main character unless the show is ending. Now, the other theory I've heard is that Dr. Brenner is the American, but I don't think that makes sense. That's not a very good plot line for them to go with, so if they go with that, I'm going to be very surprised. And also, I feel like, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense for him to be that character. I kind of feel like his character is just done with. Like, we're not getting anything else from him. So, whether he's dead, alive, it doesn't matter. I feel like his character is just done. Now, the other thing that I have theories on is Will. Okay? So, throughout all the seasons, there have been little comments here and there about his sexuality. My theory, and honestly what I hope would happen, because I can't even think of one show that has representation like this out there, so it would be incredible. I think he's asexual. A lot of people are saying they think he's gay, but a lot of things are pointing to him being asexual, not gay, because other people in the show are like kind of assuming he is gay. Like, not in season 3. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. It was 1. I think it was season 1. Somebody said to Joyce, is Will a F word? And she basically said they shouldn't call him that, blah, 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 blah. And then Hopper was like, well, is he? And she just didn't answer. So she, I think, thinks he's gay. His friends, I feel like some of them are, okay, like Mike said to Will this season, like, it's not my fault you don't like girls. But the thing is, I think he's not gay, and he's asexual, because there's a scene where Nancy and Jonathan are, like, you know, in the bedroom, and they're running late. Jonathan comes out, he has a kiss on his face, Joyce wipes it off, and Jonathan leaves, and then Will says something along the lines of, like, that's disgusting, or that's gross, or whatever. And then Joyce says, well, you won't think it's gross when you fall in love. And then he said, well, I'm never going to fall in love, or something like that. So, I don't know. And there's been other comments, too. These are just the ones that are coming to my mind. So, I feel like he is going to be asexual. And I think that would be so cool, because there's no representation like that out there that I can think of. Sticking with sexuality, Robin. Okay, I think that is awesome. So many times in shows when a character is gay, it's shown as a full plot, and it's a love story, and all of this stuff. I love how they, like, tricked us. They, like, made it seem like Steve and Robin were gonna, like, be a couple and all this stuff, and now it's like, boom, she's gay, and now we have 2 awesome platonic friends in this show, and I think that that is incredible, because now it is showing that sexuality doesn't have to be the main thing about someone. We're not focusing on Robin's sexuality. It was just one scene telling us about it so we can move on and have her and Steve be platonic friends. And I love how now for once we're gonna have a great friendship between a boy and a girl that doesn't have to be romantic. We get to see them and be amazing together without worrying about the romance and this and that, because in so many shows it's so difficult to find just great friendships, and I think that's awesome. Now, before I get into the things I loved, one more bad thing. Okay, Max's character. Honestly, I love her character. She's awesome, she's a boss, and like cool. But like, Mike was right about her. She is so terrible with Eleven. She's a bad influence and she's like careless with her. Like, yes, Eleven needs to find herself and like learn things that she likes and experience things, but it's unsafe for her to be in public with a lot of people, and it's totally irresponsible that Max brought her there. Second of all, she is so careless with her powers. Third of all, she was like totally pressuring her to break up with Mike. But Eleven obviously loves Mike, and Mike loves Eleven, and they should be together. So that was just like, Max, you are ruining Eleven's relationship with Mike. And I don't know. I hope they do something to arc Max's character to make her a better person, because I love her character, but she is totally irresponsible and not mature enough, and that needs to be fixed. Granted, yes, they are teenagers, but like, I hope her character has an arc. Now, some good things about characters. Steve. I just love his character. He has progressed so much throughout all 3 seasons, and he just keeps changing and getting better and a better person and a better character, and just, oh my gosh. When the show first started, season 1, I did not like Steve. I feel like most people did not like Steve. He was just a terrible, terrible person and a terrible, terrible character. And that is what makes his character so great, because he has come through so much, and his character is so realistic. So many people are terrible people in public school. And then they grow up, and they learn from their mistakes, and they become incredible people. And that is just awesome. Sure, there is plenty of people who are not jerks in high school, but I think that it's so great that they showed that not everybody who is a jerk. Well, I'm super annoyed right now because my camera died in the middle of me filming, and it cut out a lot of the ending of what I was filming, about a minute and a half of me talking. So, and I was really heated and into it, and now I don't know what I was saying. So that's just cool. Okay, so I looked at the footage to see where it cut off, and I was talking about Steve and how I think it's really cool that they show that not everybody who's a jerk in high school stays a jerk. Okay, then I don't know what I was talking about next. I can't remember, and I'm really, really frustrated. I can't believe my camera died. So, I don't know. Okay, I'm all over the place right now, so I'm definitely gonna miss things. So, I'm just gonna keep going with this video, and if I remember later on, I'll bring it up. So, keep going. Okay, let's move on to Billy's character. Okay, Billy is like kind of like Steve's character in the fact that he has an arch, but it's such a quick arch, and he dies right away as soon as his death is his character arch. And I'm so incredibly frustrated, but also like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. He literally saves Eleven, but also he has been such a jerk. So I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about Billy, but I guess I don't have to know since he's not in the show anymore. Another character that is new is Alexei. And I I am so mad about him, okay? They bring in this new character and they make us like him just to have him killed. And he's not killed in some big dramatic way. He's not anything. It's like he could have been an amazing new addition to the show. And no, they just had to kill him. And that makes me so mad. He could have been a great new character. But you know, I can't do anything about it. So we're just gonna move on. But like, oh my gosh. Okay, more things I liked about the show. I loved Eleven and Max's friendship together. I thought it was really cool. I know I said earlier I didn't like the way Max was influencing her and stuff like that, and I still stand by that, but like, them as friends, I really liked. You know, take away the fact that Eleven has powers and Max is influencing her. If they were just regular teenage girls, I love their friendship, and I think it's such a cool thing. Next, I love Erica. She is so funny, and I love how they've incorporated her into the show more, and she's not some side character anymore. She's main in Scoop's troop, and I think it's awesome. And I love the blend of characters they did. You know, Erica and Dustin and Steve and Robin, they make a perfect pairing, and I just think it's awesome. Next is Susie and Dustin. I think that's so adorable. I love it so much. But I'm also kind of annoyed. Like, why do so many characters have to be in relationships? They're literally like, yeah, they're teenagers now, but they're still super young. And like, oh my gosh, we have Max and Lucas, and then we have Nancy and Jonathan, and then we have Mike and Eleven, and like, can't they just Dustin just be Dustin? Why does he have to have a partner? And I don't know. But I did think he was cute, so I'm not going to hate on it too much. But like, just let some people chill. Come on. Okay, another thing that I really liked is Mike's little sister. I think it's so cute how they have her notice things throughout the show, and I wish they would do it more. So far it's only happened twice. I think twice. Right? She followed the lights she followed the lights in the first season, and then now she saw the trees moving from the Ferris wheel. And I just think she's so adorable and like cute, and they should just include her more. Okay, I know I have so many more opinions, but I just can't think of what else I'm forgetting right now. So what I'm gonna say is this is gonna be it for the video. But I do want to keep talking about this. So if you have seen the show, please comment down below any opinions you have about the show, about things I said, or about random things I didn't even mention, because I guarantee I have a very strong opinion about it, and I'm just not thinking about it right this second. So please comment down below, whether positive, negative, neutral, a theory, anything that you are thinking about this show, so we can talk about it, because I really want to talk about it. I love talking about this show. Oh my gosh, I didn't talk about Hopper's death. I said I was going to talk about it when I said my theory about it. Before I end the video, let me talk about that. But also still comment anything else that you want to talk about. Or if something I mentioned. Okay, Hopper's death. That was so sad. I cried so much. Like, it was killing me. Killing me. Which also reminds me of more things I need to talk about. So you know what? This video is not over yet. I was trying to end it prematurely. Okay. Hopper dying was so emotional because he didn't just die. He gave consent to die. He looked at Joyce and he nodded to her and smiled. Like, it's okay. Do it. I'm ready to die for my kids, for you, for the world. Like, he was willing to sacrifice everything, and that just makes my heart hurt so much. And in the end, when Eleven read his speech that he wrote to her and Mike, I just was bawling my eyes out, and it was so sad and such a great way to end the series. But also, what the heck, Joyce? Okay, her kids and Eleven need the stability right now that they have in Hawkins. They need their friends. They need what they're used to because they just had so much trauma. And you're pulling them out of all of that just because you need to get away from the memories. That is so unfair. And don't get me wrong, I love Joyce and I hope this works out. But those kids, if this was real life, they would suffer so much because they're losing everything that is gonna keep you sane when you're going through something difficult. So, I don't know. That just made me so upset. But on a lighter note, going back to the very beginning of the season, let me just say how shook I was, okay? So, Finn Wolfhard was literally Millie Bobby Brown's first kiss on film for season 1. And then, season 3, they started off with them making out. I was so shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. That was just like, threw me for a loop. I was not expecting it. Totally crazy, but like, pretty good story plot. And I think it was so cute, like Mike singing and Eleven being like, Mike, stop. That was so cute. And like, honestly, that was super realistic for a teen couple their age. I think it was totally adorable and like, made my heart melt. Also, totally realistic is Hopper's reaction to all of that, and the door having to be open 3 inches, and like 11 and Mike giggling and stuff like that. All of that I loved, and I thought it was super cute and like realistic and blah blah blah. What I did not like is how they did all that and then took it up one more notch that was too far and not realistic at all. Okay? They were such jerks to Hopper. Okay? It's one thing to just not listen to him and whatever, but he's sitting there in front of them trying to talk to them, and Mike is whispering in Eleven's ear, and then they are giggling together in front of him. That is not cool. No one's parents in real life would be chill with that. So I think that was a step too far, but everything else was really cute and adorable and realistic and like, yeah. Okay, now I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about. Like, I said before, I know I'm forgetting things, so please, let's talk about it in the comments down below. But, alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Oh, also, did you notice I was wearing a Stranger Things shirt? Alright, now I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.